Hello student, welcome to Accounting 2-1 Financial Accounting course. We are continuing chapter 2, the recording process. Let's recap what we have learned from our last video. We learned about what account is. We also learned about debit and credit entries. And we also learned how debit and credit entries are used to record the business transaction. Now, let's look at what journalizing or the recording process means. Journalizing is the process of recording a business transaction in the accounting records. This activity only applies to the double entry system. There are some steps involving journalizing, such as examine each business transaction to determine the nature of the transaction. For example, the receipt of a supplier invoice means that an obligation has been incurred. Or throwing out obsolete inventory means that the inventory asset will be reduced. Second, determine which accounts will be affected. This calls for the identification of the general ledger accounts that will be altered as a result of the transaction. For example, recording a supplier invoice could mean that the office supplies expense account will be increased, as well as the offsetting accounts payable account. And last of all, prepare a journal entry. This involves not just entering the transaction in the accounting system, but also documenting it sufficiently so that someone reviewing the entry later will understand why it was created. Ideally, the entry should note the impacted accounts, the debits and credits entered, a journal entry number, and a narrative comment. So, the first step of the recording process is analyze the transaction. Then enter the transaction in journal. Then transfer the journal information to the ledger accounts. Now, let's look at what journal means. An accounting journal is a detailed account of all the financial transactions of a business. It is also known as the book of original entry, as it is the first place where transactions are recorded. The entries in an accounting journal are used to create the journal ledger, which is then used to create the financial statement of a business. In summary, the journal is a book of original entry. In journal, transaction recorded in chronological order. The journal discloses the complete effect of a transaction. It helps to prevent or locate errors because the debit and credit amounts can be easily compared. Now, let's look at an illustration regarding journalizing. On September 1, Rainil invested $15,000 cash in the business, and the business called SoftBite. And SoftBite purchased computer equipment for $7,000 cash. So on September 1, Rainil invested $15,000 cash in the business. So the cash account of the business increased by $15,000. As Rainil invested in the company, so the owner's equity also increased by $15,000. And then next transaction says, SoftBite purchased computer equipment for $7,000 cash. As we all know, computer equipment is an asset account. So the company's asset got increased by $7,000 because the company paid by cash. Cash account also got decreased by $7,000. So let's put this information into our journal entries. As we can see over here, this is a journal entries. On the left side, left-hand column, we have a date. Then we have account title and explanation column. Then we have a reference number. then we have a debit column, and then we have credit column. So on September 1, Renil invested $15,000 cash in the business. So the cash account increased by $15,000. As we all know, when asset gets increased, we need to debit the account. As cash is an asset, that's what we did by debiting the cash account for $15,000. And then, as we all know, when owner's capital increases, we need to credit the account. That's why we credited the owner's capital account for $15,000. Then the company bought equipment for $7,000. As equipment is an asset, we need to debit the account. That's what we did over here. Because the company paid by cash, we need to credit the cash account for $7,000. That we can see over here. Now, let's look at another illustration. On July 1, Butler Company purchased a delivery truck costing $14,000. It pays $8,000 cash now and agrees to pay the remaining $6,000 on account to be paid later. So Butler Company purchased a delivery truck for $14,000. So the delivery truck or asset account is increased by $14,000. Now, because the company paid $8,000 in cash, their cash account is going to be decreased by $8,000. And because the company agrees to pay the remaining $6,000 on account, the company created a liability account called accounts payable for $6,000. Let's put this information into our journal entries. As we can see, as over here, because the company bought the equipment and equipment is an asset, whenever asset increases, we need to debit the account. So that's what we did over here. Because Butler Company paid cash for $8,000, we needed to credit the cash account for $8,000, as we can see it here. Then the company created a liability account called accounts payable. As we all know, when liability increases, we need to credit the account. That's what we did over here for $6,000. Student, do this problem on your own. I'll show you the answer in a moment. Now, let's go through this problem. It says, Kate Brown engaged in the following activities in established her salon. Here it is. Opened a bank account in the name of here it is and deposited $20,000 of her own money in this account as her initial investment. So she opened a salon and she invested $20,000 of her own money. So the cash account of the company got increased by $20,000 and the owner's capital also got increased by $20,000. Let's go to our journal entries. So she opened the bank account and deposited 20,000 of the 20,000 into company's account. So because the cash account got increased, we need to debit the cash account for $20,000 and owner's capital also got increased. So we need to credit the owner's capital account for $20,000. Let's go to the next transaction. She purchased equipment on account to be paid in 30 days for a total cost of $4,800. So she purchased an equipment for $4,800. So the asset account increased by $4,800 as an equipment. Because she didn't pay the amount yet, she created a liability called accounts payable for $4,800. So let's put this information into our journal entries. So as we can see here, because asset account increased as an equipment, we need to debit the account for $4,800. And also, as we created a liability account, as we all know, when liability increases, we need to credit the liability account. That's what we did with accounts payable. We credited the accounts payable account for $4,800. Now we learn about what ledger means. A ledger is a book containing accounts in which the summarized information from the journals is posted as debits and credits. It is also called the second book of entry. The ledger contains the information that is required to prepare financial statement. It includes accounts for asset, liabilities, and owner equity, revenues and expenses. This complete list of accounts is known as the chart of accounts. This ledger represents every active account on the list. So the ledger means entire group of accounts maintained by a company. The ledger provides the balance in each account, and the ledger keeps track of changes in account balance. The general ledger contains all asset, liability, and owner's equity accounts. These are all examples of ledger account. This is a standard form of ledger. As we can see on the top, there is the account name called cash. On the left column, we have date. Then we have another column called explanation. If there is any explanation, we need to write it down. Then next column says reference number. Then we have debit column. Then we have a credit column. Then we have a balance column. So if we go through this date on June 1, if we see the debit entry for $25,000, that means the company got $25,000 cash in their account, or they received $25,000 cash in their account. So their balance after June 1 is $25,000. On the next day, we see an $8,000 credit. That means the cash went out for $8,000. Now the new balance is $17,000. After all the transaction for this month, at the end, we have a balance of $9,450. And this is the cash balance at the end of the month.